Now let's learn. Crocheting tutorial for peanut fruit. It's also a circular pinch. Take a look at our hands. Hold the thread. Make a circle round the middle finger. Then the thumb and ring finger. Hold our thread. Go in under this line. Needle insertion. Drag over the wire. Okay, and then the other lock pin is wound. Just pull through this coil. And then in this hole round the finger. Hook 6 short needles. We're going in through this hole. Then drag it around the wire. Now there are 2 coils on the crochet. We wind the wire and drag it directly through the 2 coils. And that's it with a short needle. Let's take a look, and this is where we took our first shot of the short needle. This V is still obvious. If you are a novice, you can take this mark buckle. Tie it with the position of the first needle. Otherwise, the location cannot be found. Then buckle up. And we continue to do it inside this crochet. 5 short needles. Go in and drag it over. Then the wire is wound and pulled directly through the 2 coils. Go in and wind. Just dragged 3. We continue with 4, 5, 6. Okay, we've done it with 6 short needles. Take a look at this V. Obviously, a V is for a needle. Give me your hand. Pull this thread tight. Let it form a small circle naturally. Remove our marker clasp. At this position of our first needle, represents the end of the circle. We go in and drag it around. Then the first coil. Go directly through the second coil. Then pull and tighten. The lead needle does not count as the number of needles. It's a circle of connections. Start crocheting. The second circle represents its height. A lock pin should be placed at the beginning of each circle. Let's wind the wire first and drag it directly. This is a standing needle, and then we're on the second lap. To crochet 6 plus needles. Adding needles means 2 short needles are hooked in 1 stitch. Continue on to the one where we just locked the needle. Insert the needle in this position of the first needle. Then we go in and drag it around. Then we wind the wire and drag it through 2 coils at once. Okay, and then the first short needle is done. The V just now is a standing needle. It's the height needle. Not counting stitches. This is our first shot. Beginners can mark the mark buckle. Then I don't mark it. Continue to be in the same needle. Hook another short needle. This is a needle. And then we repeat. Also hook 2 short needles in our next stitch. 1 more 2. We keep repeating. A total of 6 needles are added. We've now crocheted the second lap. Then find this position in our first frame. Make a promotion. Drag over the wire. Straight through the second coil. Tension. And that's done. And then we went on the third lap. Stand up a needle. And the crochet method for the third loop is just a short needle, 1 plus needle. Then go in our first hole. Then crochet a short needle. Okay, here's our first shot. Notice that this bit is our first shot. And start going in our second needle. A hook and a needle are two short needles. Let's take another one in this hole. 2. Okay, we repeat. It's always been a short needle. Then add a needle. Okay, let's take a look. We also finished the third lap. Then hook a lead needle. Merge it. Alright, a standing needle. Start our fourth lap. The crochet method for the fourth loop is 2 short stitches, 1 plus needle. Okay, let's demonstrate first. Insert a short needle into the first hole. Then a short needle for the second hole. Okay, now 2 short needles. And start inside our third needle. Go in and do a needle addition. 1, 2. It's done. Please note that there are 2 short needles and 1 plus needle. Just tick this circle in a loop. So let's take a look. Our short stitches for the fourth lap have also been hooked. And then we go on lap 5. Stand up a needle. And then we go on lap 5 to lap 7. It's all unabated short needles. Just hook a short needle in one needle. 3 loops in total. So here we are, fast forward 3 laps. Don't forget. Okay, now let's take a look at our 3 laps without adding or rolling. The short needle has been ticked. Now there are 2 laps in total. Teach everyone how to count circles. The smallest one is also a circle. A total of 2 laps. Short needle, we're done. Then we continue to stand 1 upright needle 1. Start our 8th lap. On the 8th lap, you need to start reducing needles. We're going to crochet 2 short needles, a reduced needle. Then teach everyone how to reduce needles. Let's hook 2 short needles first. The first needle goes in. Two short needles have been completed. Then start in our third. Needle reduction in the fourth needle mesh. Go in through the third needle. Drag over the wire. Going through the fourth needle. Drag over the wire. We have 3 coils on the crochet. We wind the wire and drag it all at once. And then there's a way to reduce the needles. Needle reduction is 2 needles combined into 1 needle. Let's demonstrate again. To shorten needles first, reduce 1 more needle. 2. We start reducing needles. The first needle goes in. Drag over the wire. Then the second needle goes in. The winding is dragged over, which is a short needle and a reduced needle. We put 3 coils at once. Okay, so that's one way to reduce the needles. Then we repeat the method. Finish this circle. It has always been 2 short needles and 1 reduced needle. Okay, take a look at our A-slab is also finished. At this time, the hole has shrunk significantly. Then take out our stuffed cotton. Let's stuff a little cotton in there. And then we crochet on lap 9. The crocheting method of the 9th circle. We're going to set up a needle. And they crochet it in a little needle. Then start crocheting manners stitches. The method of cutting needles has just been taught. Demonstrate again. We put in a rootstock. Pull a wire. Going on the next rootstock. Pull another wire. Then wind the wire directly through the 3 coils. The needle reduction is done. It has always been a short needle and a reduced needle. Pinch it together. The 9th lap has been ticked. Then a pull and combine the needle. Hit a standing needle. Come to our final lap. What about the last lap? There are 6 reduced needles in total. So let's take a look. We also completed our last needle reduction and find this position of our first short needle. Go in, then pull the wire and pull it to merge. Tighten it. Then you can disconnect directly. Take a look at a ball like this. Put him in this little hole. Okay, then we'll repeat the arrangement. The exact same size ball.